nice to see you. I'm literally throwing things down here. This video today is going to be all about the upcoming Sephora Rouge VIB and Insider sale that is coming. I believe for the Rouge it starts November 5th. So I will put the dates and times or the dates down below if you are a Sephora loyalty customer. So if you're one of those levels, but I do believe the Rouge level starts November the 5th. So, of course, there's going to be a lot of videos, and mainly they're put on, shall I say, by the bigger YouTubers that get all kinds of free sort of PR, and they get, I don't know if it works where they get like a, electronic card, like here's your $500, go shop at Sephora and pick something out that you like. I don't know how that works, obviously, because I'm not a big YouTuber. But I know how mine works, and how mine works is I go to work and I work really hard, and then I get a paycheck, and that paycheck gets electronically deposited into my checking account, and then all the bills come out of it, and then what's left, I get to pay all the other stuff. So I'm always on a budget when it comes to going to the Sephora VIB sales. They're 2 times a year if you're not familiar, and of course this is the one that's kind of the pre-Christmas one, because of course I have been a Sephora fan since the onset of this channel. And yes, believe it or not, even though it's a very small channel, I started this YouTube channel in 2016. So I have actually been on here just first as a mature beauty YouTuber, just interested in makeup, and over a period of time have really sort of fine-tuned what I like and what I don't like and what works for me. How do you get through that sea of sort of makeup without really knowing if you're just kind of, getting back into the whole makeup thing? So I'm happy to sort of use my experience of being on YouTube and sort of cultivating a selection, I think, that I'm happy to say that I am sending out there as recommendations. And of course you can for sure know that there's no conflict of interest when it comes to me recommending a product to you. It's just my own personal use, because nobody is paying me to say these things. Nobody gave me free product. I worked hard for everything that I purchased right here. So if you're interested in seeing some of the Sephora items that you can get that I would recommend for the Sephora sale that's coming up November 5th for Rouge, then just keep watching this video. I just wanted to gather a few things, and I don't have items from every category because, believe it or not, I don't buy everything from Sephora. I buy a lot, but I don't buy everything from Sephora. So I've just gathered on my desk just a few things that I think are worth sort of like mentioning if you're looking for that sort of thing. And not all of them, okay, well, most of them, but not all of these things are super expensive. Sephora just happens to carry some lovely lines of makeup and skincare with that mostly are fairly expensive price tags, but we do have some real winners here, I think, in my opinion, that maybe not enough people are talking about, and I want you to know about those. So I'm going to mention those. We're going to start off with skincare. So there's lots of great skincare lines that are at Sephora. How do you kind of weed your way through and know what's effective and not? It's really hard to say. I mean, it's almost like makeup. I could sit here and I could tell you, this particular color of lipstick really works for me, but maybe it's not something you like. And when it comes to skin, we're totally, totally different. But if you have mature skin, if you have some fine lines, loss of elasticity, and you have some discoloration, I think that you'll really enjoy these products. And the best part about these two sort of face products is they're not expensive. But I do believe, based on my use over years, that they actually do work. First and foremost, I'm talking about these. These are serums, which I absolutely love, like just holla to the serum gods. But this is from the company The Ordinary, and there's so many things I like about it, because I think effective skincare doesn't have to really be stinking expensive. It just doesn't. We've kind of been programmed to believe that, but it's a bit of a lie. And these serums hold true every single time. The first one that I became a huge fan of, that I use every single day, just at nighttime. It says you can use it morning and night. I don't. I use it at night because I take all my makeup off, I clean everything off, and then I want to put on some products that will just absorb into my skin, and then I can just leave them for a full, 6, 7, 8 hours, however long you sleep, to kind of let them do what they do best. But I'm talking about the Ordinary hyaluronic acid in the 2%. And this is a beautiful product. I like all the Ordinary skincare products because they all come in these glass bottles. They come with these droppers, so everything can be kept completely hygienic, which is like super important these days. Am I not right? I'm right. All right. And this one is no exception. It comes like with this great clear dropper. You just drop 2 drops on your hands and you apply it to a clean face, but not a clean, dry face. So you're going to take all your makeup off. Well, this is what I do. And then you're not going to pat dry. You're going to leave the surface water on there because hyaluronic acid actually holds 1,000 times its weight in water. So you don't want your skin to be super dry. And then it's going to sort of like just kind of sit on top until it gets absorbed. And then when it gets absorbed, it kind of gives a little bit more elasticity, a little bounce to the actual skin, and with that helps to kind of reduce the fine lines and wrinkles. So I can't say enough about the hyaluronic acid. I believe this bottle, which again needs to be replaced, yes, almost needs to be replaced because I go through these things like crazy, is $9.99 or $9.98 at Sephora. So if you don't know about the Ordinary and you're looking for something that is just a really nice light serum to the face that's going to give you some more moisture, especially going into now fall and winter, let me recommend the 2% hyaluronic acid by the Ordinary. All right, the next one I just think is worth mentioning because it kind of hits 3 sort of main areas when it comes to sort of that mature skin. I like to say the mature skin, because mature skin doesn't have to look like crepey, old, and super wrinkly if you take care of it. And that also means SPF and drinking lots of water, which I don't always do, and staying out of the sun, and treating it well. But this also is a face serum by the Ordinary. It's called the Buffet. It basically has a multi-technology peptide or multi-peptides that go into this particular serum. It's the same as the hyaluronic acid. It'll come with a dropper. It's suggested that you use this morning and night, and really the key to success with any skincare, once you realize it's good for your skin and you're not going to react to some ingredients in it, is to be consistent with it. You can't just put it on for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and then wake up and expect that your face is going to look like you're 10, 15, or 20 years younger. That's not how it works. But if you're looking for something that gives a little elasticity as far as helping to kind of support that sort of depleting collagen levels in our aging skin, you want to kind of plump up fine lines and wrinkles and take care of discoloration, the Buffet with its multi-technology peptides inside is definitely for you. And of course, again, I will leave the names of everything I'm discussing down below in the description box, but that's the Ordinary, and the Buffet, I believe it's $14.99. I know, it's going to break the bank. 2 really great face products from the Ordinary that don't cost an arm and a leg. Can we just have a little applause for that? Thank you. All right, so the next one that I want to talk about is just kind of like an offset. So it's not really particularly makeup, but I was just looking because I wanted to do a Sephora's wish list video, and then I thought, no, for my audience, I think what's best is to do a Sephora recommendation for the sale. And again, these are products that I have used and that I really enjoy. So I'm going to talk about makeup tools, and in particular I'm going to talk about this. This is actually on the Sephora website, and this is the Morphe Eye-tastic 12-piece brush set, and I believe the price, it's either $36 or $38. And with that, it's all brushes for the eyes. So I think it's a really, really great kit if you are looking to kind of like, again, you're just kind of going back into the whole makeup idea, or you're just kind of like in that starter intermediate level where you want to play with palettes and creating different eye looks, but you don't really have all the required tools. This kit will give it to you for $36. I believe it's $36 or $38. If I'm $2 off, don't come for me. And what I like about it is, first of all, Morphe, are they the best makeup brushes that are out there on the industry, in the industry? Of course they're not, because you're paying $36 for 12 brushes. But it comes with the travel case. It comes with basically 6 natural bristle brushes. So I'm just going to pull these 6 for you right here. And then it comes with actually 6 of the synthetic brushes as well. And really, it has everything. You can see they're well used, but it has everything that you could possibly want in a brush set. I mean, they have like basically big shader brushes. They have tapered blending brushes. They have nice, you know, domed kind of like shading brushes. They have other sort of like fluffy sort of blending brushes for the crease. They have this one here, which is great, like a little detail brush for inner corners. So these are the synthetics. And you have like the pencil or the dome brush. You have another one to apply sort of like glitter and shimmer. You have this detail brush here, can really sort of help with its like straight lines to clean up brows or do lower lash work. And then you've got these 2 great brushes here. This could be an eyeliner, this tiny little brush. It could also be like a lip liner, as well as this tiny, tiny detail brush. So this is really great too if you wanted to create all kinds of looks. And my favorite is this multi-use brush, which gives you kind of the angled cut for that to do sort of like eyeshadow, where you can use it as an eyeliner. And then of course the all-important spoolie brush. So I think it is a really great kind of starter kit brush set, because you get the 12, you get the case. It's $36. I have used them, I think I purchased this 2-3 years ago, and I have been using them every single day. And honestly, there's lots of different great brushes at Sephora, but I think just an all-inclusive eye brush that gives you 6 of the natural and 6 of the synthetic with all of those multifunctional brushes is just an amazing, amazing deal. And if you're just kind of getting back into makeup, or you want to add to your brush collection, but you don't have that dome detail brush, or you don't have the straight edge brush, and you want those, you may as well just get the whole kit. I think it is just well worth the money. All right. So that was enough with the tools. I want to, just before I get right into makeup, I want to talk about this one more thing, because it goes hand in hand with the brushes. Since 2016, I have purchased this. I don't know if anybody else sells it, but I'm going to tell you, this has saved all of my brushes, because I am a total germ freak and I just can't stand to see dirty brushes lying around, especially when I come up here to my makeup room and I want to play around with my makeup, which usually means eyeshadow palettes. And I've got to have them clean, or at least clean between colors, and I use the Cinema Secrets. This is the makeup brush cleaner. This is an amazing disinfectant and cleaner for your brushes that gets 99.99% of all of the microbes and all of the germs off of the brush. And basically, you have to take, this is my dirty cloth that I'll use, so there you go. You'll see it. I get an old face cloth. I take it, I just dab it on here, and basically I just literally wipe off the eyeshadow onto this little face cloth, and boom, it instantly dries and the brush is perfectly clean. This is an amazing product. I think it sells, this is the 8 fluid ounce. It sells for $18, I believe, at Sephora. Cinema Secrets, and I think Sephora is the only place that that has this one. There's lots of other ones that are brush cleaners, but you have to rinse them off. You don't have to rinse this off. It's a huge lifesaver. It also conditions the fiber of your brushes. Not sure how it does that. And like I said, kills 99.99% of the microbes that are on your brush. So there's not going to be any transfer if you happen to have a breakout or something, and then you put it to some other part of your face. It just doesn't happen with these. I absolutely love this. They do have the kit where you get this, and then you get the tin where you're supposed to pour it in. Don't pour it in. It's a waste of time. Unless you're a professional makeup artist, you don't need the travel tin. It's a kit, but you can just get this one yourself. Just by itself, the 8 fluid ounce, it's really a great, great thing to have. And like I said, it's the perfect antimicrobial disinfectant for your brushes that instantly dries. So not enough people talk about it. This one is a little lip product. I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, Ab Fab. Do we have to talk about lipstick when we're all still wearing masks? But yes, you do, because when you wear lipstick, you want it to last. You want it to be a very lasting but lightweight feeling sort of lipstick, because let's be real. I mean, we're not all wearing our masks inside. Are you wearing your mask inside? I mean, I am because I work in a hospital, but I mean, most of us are not now, and the vaccination numbers are going up. So it's looking good. Maybe in the not too distant future, we'll be able to actually return to a normal life. Wouldn't that be nice? But in the meantime, to get that sort of long lasting but lightweight feeling matte lip color, which I'm all about, you want to consider this product right here. This is one of the NARS Power Matte Liquid Pigment lipsticks. This is in the color American Woman. I believe they have 20 odd shades of this particular product. And the interesting thing is, it's like I said, it's a liquid pigment, but the color is literally saturated color pigments. And that very unique sort of doe foot applicator, it's quite pointed, so it allows for such beautiful precise placement on your actual lips without using any sort of lip liner, but you can turn it sideways, which I just love. It's totally in sort of like my color wheel of favorite colors. It's like that beautiful kind of mauvey pink nude that I absolutely love. I believe these run, I think it's $26 or $28. Again, you'll have to check on the Sephora website. But when they dry down to a matte, they have this just really beautiful sort of like lightweight feel to the lips, and they don't budge at all. So you can wear this. I mean, sure, if you're going to eat and drink, then probably you're going to lose a little of the color pigment, but look how saturated that liquid pigment is. I mean, it is just amazing. And I don't know, I just feel that not enough people have talked about this product. So if you like matte and you like a long wearing but lightweight lipstick, then you need to check into this NARS. I love a matte lip when I'm just around home and I'm not really doing anything, and when I'm at work I still wear a lip underneath my mask. But when you're going out, or maybe even pictures, you want a little extra sparkle, a little extra dazzle in the lips, and that's when this beautiful product comes to play. So I'm not a huge gloss fan, but I did jump on the whole Fenty Gloss Bomb wagon, and I'm bringing this out because this was a kit that I bought last Sephora for myself that was 4 of the gloss bombs from Fenty that came in a kit. This is my favorite. This is called Champagne Brut, but I just want to show you, because I do have a matte lipstick on, just instantly how it transforms, and the smell of these are beautiful, how it completely transforms a matte look into something that just has that little extra sparkle and pizzazz to it. And they are so beautiful. They are not sticky. They just lay down just kind of that iridescence to your lips that kind of just makes your lips look like extra juicy, plump, and sexy. And let's be real, who doesn't like that look? And like I said, I noticed that there was quite a few of the Fenty kits, but they have one this year instead of the 4 minis, which, by the way, I absolutely love, because I don't think I've ever gone through a full size of any gloss at all. And so these are the perfect size, but it has 3 of the minis, and then it has 1 of the full-size Fenty lipstick creams, which is also, I think, a really great deal. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more sophisticated and just feels really good, smells good, and you know, is well recommended, then you definitely want to check the Fenty Gloss Bombs. They are really, really the bomb. All right, I just had to say that because I couldn't resist. Okay, the last lip product I want to talk about is this one for nights, because I generally suffer from really dry, flaky, cracked sort of lips as I get into the winter season. Just kind of everything sort of shrivels up and dies. I needed this product and everybody was raving about it, and I'm like, is it really that great? I don't really know. What am I talking about? I'm talking about this product. It is the Laneige sleeping mask. This is the lip sleeping mask. And I know the first thing you're going to say is, oh, really? You are a germphobe, but you're going to stick your hand right into that pot there and slather it on. Oh, no. Oh no, you get a little tiny spatula with every lip sleeping mask from Laneige that's washable, and that's what you put into your jar, and that's what you apply to your lips at nighttime. At nighttime, before you go to bed, and when you wake up, you will have plump, just so intensely moisturized, baby soft lips. You're welcome. Anyways, there is, I think, 8 different scents to them, and they have 2 sort of Christmas themed ones. They just added peppermint and ginger snap. This is in grapefruit. I absolutely love it, but I am a citrus freakazoid. And if you love grapefruit, you will also love this. They have 8 different flavors, so check them out. And again, just an idea that they're really great for just like a Christmas stocking stuffer. Kind of throw it in there. And that pot, girl, that'll last me a good year plus for sure. There's been quite a few brow products that have recently been launched. So I'm not going to say these 2 recommendations are the be-all, end-all. They just happen to be my favorite that I've purchased over time and time again. But there are some on my radar, so maybe I'll do a video about sort of my wish list of things that I want to try that are just a little bit different from my regular staples. But these 2 products go without saying. This is by Benefit, and Benefit does really excellent brow products. These are 2 of the 3 of my most favorites. This one just recently, because this is the 24-hour brow setter, and it has that really cool little brush that basically just lets you kind of like comb right through your brow hairs and then basically just kind of sets them up that way. So hurricane wind could come by, you know, and your brows would still be set. Just if you saw my previous videos, I will definitely link it up above. You just don't want to add too much because then you're going to get the crunchy brow. And crunchy brows, not particularly what I'm after, but this a really great product. And then this pencil is the Goof Proof Precisely My Brow Pencil, or excuse me, the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. But the Precisely My Brow Pencil is my 3rd favorite brow product. I just happen to like this one. I really like the taupe blonde colors for fair-haired gals like myself. And I like the shape of this. But if you want something that's a little bit thinner that can give you those hair-like strokes, then you want the Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit. If you want to just fill it in like I have done for this video, then you want the Goof Proof, and then lock and load it, girls, with the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. I didn't have foundation, but I did have this product. Again, it was in my favorites, so I will definitely link that up above, but it was just worth mentioning because there was all these mature beauty YouTubers and they were all like, oh, this is the greatest. And I was like, is it though? Is it the greatest? And I thought I had to get it. It is the greatest so far that I have tried. And this is the actual Lancome Tintidol Ultra All Over Wear Concealer. I have it in the lightest shade, I believe, which is 090, like neutral porcelain. But what I really like about it is kind of twofold. At first, I was a little annoyed by the actual doe foot applicator because as I was talking to one of my friends, we were saying, you know, every time, things are falling everywhere. Every time you pull it out of the actual bottle, it kind of splashes everywhere and you get, but you know what? You have to take it and then you have to wipe off the excess product because with this product, a little goes a really long way. But it is like a tapered kind of like fatter applicator. And I think it's just perfect for getting into, you know, those kind of tight areas on your eyes. But anyways, it is just so beautiful. It sets fairly quickly, especially if you use a little amount. So I would suggest you do one eye at a time. That's the only thing I found. But I'm wearing it again for this video. And if you watch my favorites video, you will see I'm wearing it in that video. And honestly, it just doesn't settle into fine lines and wrinkles. And I mean, I have to say, because less is more when you're over 50 and you don't want a lot of like powder and cakey and creams and stuff settling, moving, and just making a general mess. I don't like to set concealer with any powder, so I don't. And this just does the job. It's expensive. It's Lancome. I think it's like $44. And I didn't really want to like it because, I thought I'll be good with my regular drugstore concealers. Unfortunately, the one thing the drugstore makeup and concealers and foundations, not in every case, but in most cases, kind of seems to miss the mark on is the emollient factor. And it seems like the more expensive the more money you pay for those products, the more emollient and spreadable they are. And anyways, I'm loving it. If you're looking for something that's good but you haven't tried it, I don't know, then wait for the sale and then maybe bite the bullet and get it. If you're fair skinned like me, then you want 090, like I said, because I just think it's the perfect match. But I have told many a friend, when you can, go to Sephora and get a color match. They have a special tool. They color match you, so they'll tell you generally over what brands, of foundation you'll match, and they will suggest your concealers as well if you're not sure. But for most of us, we kind of have a pretty good idea of what sort of concealer we want. If you're looking for something to brighten up the sort of inner sort of eyes and the center of the face, and you want to go with a slightly lighter, if you want it to just kind of all match, then you want it to match your actual foundation. So I'm going to talk about these two because, blush, it's had its moment this year, hasn't it? I mean, if you watch any other big YouTubers, they'll just be like, all about the blush, all about the blush. I'm like, okay, but I didn't really want to spend too much money because it just seems like I had a lot of blushes. And I was like, blush is blush is blush. Like, is it really that exciting? But if you get a really good blush, it can really sort of almost like finish off the face. And one of my favorites is this one, which is the Monochrome Moment Velvet blush by Patrick Ta. This is in the color She's Adorable. She's adorable. The packaging is to die for. I believe there's 4 shades. This is the golden peachy one, but they have like a mauve, a soft pink, a regular coral, and then I think a deeper berry one, and this golden peach. What I love about it is just how you need to build it up. I have it on for the video today. You just build it up enough that it literally just sort of melts into your own skin sort of complexion color. And that is exactly the kind of qualities in a blush I'm looking for. I don't want to put on a blush and then have it so pigmented that I have to literally buff it and buff it and buff it out till I get it to the right consistency. And this literally is like velvet. Not to mention the packaging, you guys, is to die for, is it not? All right. So on a similar line, but a total different formulation, is the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush. Now they have, I believe it is 6. They have 2, 4, so they have 8 different shades, 4 in matte and 4 in kind of an iridescent or sort of more dewy formula. I have this in the matte formula. This is in the color Bliss. I believe this product is, I want to say $28. I could be completely off. I was checking prices and then now they're all mumble jumbled in my head. But anyways, this one is the Bliss in matte, and I just think it's absolutely beautiful because it comes with this really sort of big, and again, at first I was like, that is the most weirdest doe foot applicator, but it works exactly as intended. It has like this flat end that you basically just stamp the product on, and then you can just blend it with your fingers, but what I do is I use like a bit of a buffing brush and I just buff it in and it just melts. Now the one thing I'll say about this that wouldn't be true that Rare Beauty says it's true is that it's long wearing. It's not long wearing. I find that a powder wears much longer than this liquid blush. But I think if you're looking for that sort of like, fresh, kind of just very natural, sort of like the wind just kissed you on your cheeks a little, then you'll really like either of these two products because they both kind of give the same effect. I just think that if you're tired of powders and you want to try a liquid or a cream, then you might want to check out the Rare Beauty. I really think this particular color just looks so complimentary on very fair skinned people. And like I said, there's a total of 8 because they have 4 in the matte and 4 in the more luminescent ones. This is another Sephora favorites. It's expensive because it's Dior. It's the Dior face palette. And this palette, I believe, is around the $50 mark. But hang on. What I want to say is you will never see anything that is so finely milled with the most beautiful kind of iridescent, ethereal, like highlighting kind of like looks than this Dior. It is absolutely gorgeous. And there are still the 2 sets there. They have the universal and the slightly darker one. This is the Dior Backstage, so it has that really kind of neat sort of clear translucent packaging, which actually I think is really, really pretty. And I can't say enough. Like this particular one is just perfection. You can use it as a blush topper. You can use it as a highlighter. You can use it just over your foundation to kind of just give, like I have right here, just like a little kiss of dewiness and freshness and glow to your skin. Or you can use it as an eyeshadow topper as well. But it's multifunctional. It's so fine milled. There is no chunks of any kind of like glitter or harshness to it. It is just like the most sophisticated but pretty face highlighter palette that I think Sephora has. And I mean, that's saying a lot because they carry a lot of highlighters, but I absolutely love it. I have never regretted purchasing this from the moment that I bought it. I usually just kind of take my brush and I swirl it into all 4 and then kind of get something that's sort of really unique. All right, I've saved my 2 most favorite eyeshadow palettes till the very end. And I was going to take sort of a cross sampling because if there's one thing I like, it's a good eyeshadow palette. But I can't sort of just separate these 2 eyeshadow palettes. What am I talking about? Well, I'm going to talk about the latest purchase that I'm in love with, which is the Natasha Denona Retro Palette. I'm sure you've heard all about it, so don't come for me. They're $87 if you're Canadian. That's a lot of money, but I'm just going to tell you, there is nobody's formulation out there that is just so bloody blendable and soft and almost like silk-like in how it actually blends than Natasha Denona. Now I can say that safely because I haven't tried any Pat McGrath, and I'm not sure that I will because I'm not sure that I want to spend, you know, what is it, $125, $130 for her palettes, and then she has the Christmas one. I'm tempted because I really would like some comparison with the Natasha Denona, but at the same time, I'm like, it's really hard to kind of like pay that extra when to me, this is already a super expensive eyeshadow palette. It is the midi palettes that she puts out. She puts out the larger palettes. I have not purchased one of them, and quite frankly, I'm not really interested in purchasing them. $87 is plenty enough for 15 eyeshadows, but it's the color story and that she basically hand designed each and every one of them. And these last 2 ones that I'm going to show you, this one and the one before it, they come in completely recyclable packaging. So I think that she's really thought it well through. I think they're absolutely beautiful. This one in particular, just because for me, with my color complexion, my eye and hair color, these mauves, these roses, these like even the chroma crystals and kind of like the velvety smooth texture of the mattes and you know, is just, I mean, it's not a unique color story. It just happens to be like perfection. I love it. It's totally my most favorite eyeshadow palette. I said it in my last favorites. I'll say it every single time. I love this palette, and I think it's perfect for the fall and winter because of the color story. It's got that big, huge mirror if you like as well. I think they will be really travel friendly. I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of it because I already have. I couldn't split it from this one, which was the Natasha Denona Glam Palette. So if you're not into mauves and those beautiful plums and those kind of soft pinks, but you're a cool biatch, well then you'll love this one, because this is the Natasha Denona Glam Palette. And for the exact same reason I like the retro, I love this, because there's not a lot of cool palettes out there, believe it or not. Go out there, start looking, it's going to be hard to find. But again, it's the color story, and what's unique about this palette than all her other palettes is, instead of giving each eyeshadow a name, she gave it the name to where it is to be placed on the eye. So I think if you get your Morphe sort of brush set, your Eyetastic, 12-piece brush set, and you want to play, but you're not really sure where everything goes, like what is the transition color, where does the crease go, inner corner, outer third, all of that, then you want to just get this palette. I mean, she's laid it all out. She is like such a professional when it comes to this, and watching any of her videos is so inspiring. But all the colors in here are just those neutral, cool tones that you can wear every single day and go from very, very basic to full on glam. I just can't say enough about them. If you've never experienced a Natasha Denona, then you might want to consider one of these two midi palettes. Like I said, if you're in Canada, it's $87. But this one, just near and dear to my heart. I love it. I just love the colors. I think they're just spectacular. But honestly, I would never regret getting the Glam palette, because on those days when you just don't want a soft pink or a mauve and you want to go so neutral and basic but glam it up, the Glam palette's for you. I hope you guys like this video. This is my Sephora VIB sale recommendations that are coming up. Now everybody will have different opinions, of course. I'm sure that not everybody's going to run and get the NARS Power Matte Liquid Pigment Lipstick because you're like, I'm over the lipsticks. That's okay. This is just meant as kind of like a recommendation from some of my very favorites from Sephora. I really hope that you liked it. If you did, please smash that like button, and make sure that if you're new to my channel that you hit the subscribe button, and make sure to ring the bell, because then you'll be notified of when I upload my next video. Until then, you guys, as I always say at the end of every video, I wish you all an absolutely fabulous, fabulous week. Take care.